In this lesson, we're going to be creating an auto-scaling group. So let's start by going to EC2. And then we can find auto-scaling groups on the left-hand side, all the way down here at the bottom. And we go to auto-scaling groups, and we want to create an auto-scaling group. So I'm going to call this my ASG for auto-scaling group. And then look at launch templates. So a launch template is basically the starting point for the auto-scaling group in order to spin up a new EC2 instance. So we don't have any launch templates defined right now, and we need to create one before we can move forward. So let's go ahead and create a launch instance. So with this launch instance, we'll call this my template. So once we have the template name, you want to look right here where this should be automatically checked, but it gives you guidance on the auto scaling. It kind of just helps us understand a few things. One example we can see is that it will require us to select an AMI, which we need to have for a launch template that's going to be associated with an auto scaling group. So we want to make sure this box is checked. Now let's scroll down here, and we're going to go to our AMI. We're going to go, and if we don't see it in quick recent, we'll go to quick start. We'll go to Amazon Linux and select the Amazon Linux 2023 AMI, which is free tier eligible. Then we go down to instance types. We need to make sure to include T2 micro, so that way that we're staying in the free tier here. We go to our key pair. We select our my key that we've been using. We go to network settings. We don't need to change anything for the subnet, but we certainly do want to include our MyCCP security group. Make sure that gets included in there as well. And then now we're going to go and leave the storage as default. We go to resource tags, and we don't need to do anything there. We do need to do something with the advanced options. So in order to include our web server, we need to make sure to include V1 and V2 for the metadata version. And then let's go find our EC2 user data file one more time. And so now we're going to just take the entire file this time, and we're going to just paste it in here. Great. And now we just need to go down here and we just create our launch template. Great. And now that should be created. Now if we go back to our original tab here, we should be able to select our launch template, and we see it's still not listed in there, so we just refresh right here, and then it will find the my template. Perfect. We want to double check here that the instance type is set to T2 micro. That looks great, and we want to make sure our security group is in there. Wonderful. So now we want to go to the network, and for the availability zones and subnets, we want to check a few, so that way that we know for sure that it's going to be high availability. I'm just going to select 2A, 2B, and 2C. You should be able to just select at least 2 and you should be fine. So scroll down here, instance type requirements. Again, instance type needs to be T2 micro. Go next. We need to attach a new load balancer. So we can just let it be named. We want to make sure that it's an application load balancer. We want to have it internet facing. We want to make sure that it reflects the same as our auto scaling group. So 2A, 2B, 2C for me. And then we need to make sure to create a target group. So we just create a target group. We'll just leave the name as default. So this is going to create that target group, create that load balancer, and that's all going to be associated with this auto scaling group. So let's see how this all works together. We don't need to do anything here. We can select to turn on the Elastic Load Balancer health checks. We need to make sure to do that. And then that's pretty much all we need to do. So let's go ahead and go to next. So we're going to do a desired capacity of 2, minimum capacity of 2, and a maximum capacity of 3. And at this point, we're not going to choose anything with the scaling policies. We can choose it here, but we're going to choose our scaling policy here in just a minute. So now we just go to next, 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 and now it should be just to review everything. And this is going to be doing a lot of things. So let's go ahead and have it go and create. Wonderful. So let's look at what everything that happened here. We had the my auto scaling group, my one load balancer, my one target group, and then also the listener that's associated with the load balancer. All of that has been created. And then also the new target group has been attached to the auto scaling group. Wonderful. So we go through here and we can see right here that we have our auto scaling group. The desired and minimum capacity are set to 2 with the maximum set to 3. Great. We go down here and we go to our target groups. It hasn't been created yet, but let's go to our load balancer. We can see that our load balancer is provisioning and it will create that target group in just a moment. So really what we're going to be waiting on right here is just waiting for the target group, the load balancer, to make sure that it's finished provisioning, and that should take just a minute. And then if we go sneak back here, and it does look like it has created the target group at this point. So keep in mind that it does take a few minutes to have this get created the first time, and then once it gets created, then it should be up and running. So let's just wait here for maybe about 2 minutes or so, and we want to see this go from provisioning to available. Okay, so I've let it sit for just a few minutes. Now I'm going to go ahead and refresh this, and it looks like this is active. Wonderful. Now we want to see where the target groups are at. We see it here. And look at this. So we have target groups. Great. It's already created these EC2 instances where I have these 2 instances right here. They're both listed as healthy and they're 0 unhealthy. Wonderful. So now let's test the system. So we go to our load balancers and we're going to select the DNS name. And then we'll go here where we had that launch template and we'll just paste that in there. Wonderful. So now we can see that we have this instance in US West 2A. So what happens when we refresh it is, let's see, is it load balancing? So we refresh, great. So we can see that we also have this in US West 2C. And those should be the only ones. We don't have anyone in US West 2B with this current configuration. Wonderful. So let's go back to our auto scaling group and put a very simple scaling metric in place. So we go to our auto scaling group, my ASG, and then we want to go where it says automatic scaling. So right now you can see we don't have any dynamic scaling policies in place or predictive or scheduled actions. We have nothing in place right now. So it's just going to stay at that 2 unless one of them goes down, and then it will try to replace it and just always keep it at that 2 EC2 instances. That's what it's trying to do right now. So let's go ahead and create a dynamic scaling policy. And then we're going to just leave it at target track scaling. You can see that there's step scaling and simple scaling. We have a few options there. So we're going to leave it at target track. And then here's what we're going to do. Instead of CPU utilization, because we have the T2 micro, you don't want to try to get that up there real high. So let's go ahead and just do application load balancer request count per target. So we do this for our target group. And let's just change this to like 4. And then we'll hit create. Wonderful. So now we have this one target tracking policy. So let's go down to our target groups. So now what I've done is I've gone and split this. I have that target group on the right hand side, and here, right here, is the web where I'm hitting the elastic load balancer. So if I keep on refreshing this, you can see that it's going to keep on going and it's going to send these requests. So if I just sit here for just a few minutes and keep on refreshing it and send more requests to the elastic load balancer, what we should see over here on the right hand side is that now it's going to try to scale that up. It may take just a minute, so I'm going to go ahead and just keep on refreshing here for just a minute. And then I'm going to keep on going over here on my right hand side and then refreshing right here where there's the registered targets. And we should see the number of registered targets go from 2 to 3. So let's go ahead and just do that for just a minute. So I've sat here for just a minute or two just refreshing away, and now we can see that we still have this one where it's 2A and 2C, but if we look over here in my registered target list, we can see that we have 2 that are healthy and then 1 that is initial, so it's just spinning up. So if I just keep on refreshing here for just a moment, we should notice that this gets actually put into the auto scaling group. So let's see if this, go ahead and now look at that. We can see that we now have a US West 2B as well. So now we have the 3 right here that are all healthy. It's letting me hit all of those from the elastic load balancer. And now if I sat here and just didn't do anything, after just a little bit, there is a timeout period for it between scaling events. but it will just go back down to 2 after just a little bit. So very interesting. I now have the 3 that I have because I was refreshing, and it did that with dynamic scaling. Very cool. All right, so now the last thing we're going to do is we're going to delete everything to clean up after ourselves. So we go into the auto scaling group. We make sure that we delete this. And it does note that it will delete all of the instances associated with the group. So let's see that. So if we go to delete, we go there. And then now we're going to go to our Elastic Load Balancer. And let's go ahead and delete this. So we go to Actions, delete the load balancer. We want to confirm. And then we go to our target group, and we'll go ahead and just delete the target group as well. So we go to this and we go to delete. Yes, delete. All right, perfect. So now we should see the load balancer's gone away, the target group's there, and then the auto scaling group. It takes a little bit for that delete there, but let's see what's happening to these instances. If we go here, we should see that we have 1 that's shutting down. We have 2 more that are running. So let's go ahead and see this. And it should just take just a moment, but these 2 should also be deleted as well. We shouldn't have to do anything. So if we wait just a minute and just refresh here, great. Now we see that these are all shutting down. And then, of course, we know that that means that the volumes, these volumes are all going to be going away. We can see that one's already been set to available instead of in use. And if we just refresh it now, the available one's gone away. So we know that we just have to watch these to make sure that the volumes go away as well. And that should be all we need to do to clean up after ourselves. This wraps up the auto scaling group demo. Now let's move on to the Elastic Load Balancer and auto scaling group section review.